Welcome, welcome. So we're gonna do voice talks for our geese here. We're gonna do a face talks for and voice talks for Frozen Me, and we'll pull them up here. You guys can all see him as well. Here we go. There we are. Welcome everyone. So this is a Candor Gander DFK Unmasked, where we get to meet some of your favorite DFK personalities. Um, Feel free to grab a drink, take a seat, and welcome to the flock.
Honk.
Yeah, honk. There you go.
Honk.
We couldn't do one of these without a honk for sure. Um, Before I get started, or before I go any further, I do want to sort of remind people, if you've not seen it already, there is a King Sumo raffle or giveaway I'm doing. Drop that here in the chat box. Feel free to go ahead and go ahead and sign up for that. We'll go ahead and do the raffle towards the end of the show. Before I get started, NFA, nothing we say is financial advice. We're not affiliated with DFK. We're just, I think, DFK Maxis DFK fans. I do want to set the tone for the cast here with this quote. I thought was very appropriate. So there are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet. I think that's very true, not just of Team Goose. I think that's true of just DFK in general. We're all pretty friendly people. So without further ado, go ahead and introduce ourselves here. So you've all sort of met me. Let's meet those we've not met. So let's start with Frozen Meme. I'm sorry, confusing him here. Frozen Mind.
Yeah, that's quite a
You just
mashup.
combined us.
It is a mashup for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone knows me as Frozen Mine / Team Goose on Discord, DFK's Discord. Um, well, some of you might notice I'm not an English native speaker. My first language is French, so that's why I'm an international hero on Discord. So I'm helping with the French community on Discord, the DFK Discord, and I've to be honest, started really to interest myself in crypto back in January. So that's I started with DFK. Likely that's much bigger than I thought it would, and I love it. So yeah.
No, that's great. And I just have to comment. I told them before we started, your English is much better than mine. So, I mean, when you said, "Oh, hey, yeah, I'd love to be on the show, but my English isn't that well or isn't that good," I was like, "Oh, yeah, come on over." And then you jump in. I was like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" Uh,
That's nice.
Crypto meme. Let's introduce yourself.
What up? Yeah, just same thing except for I don't speak French and I don't help anybody in the community. So
Well, that's not
That's not
true. That
true.
is not true at all.
no, just I don't know. I love DFK. I love the community, even though the market's kind of shit right now. I'm powering through it like the rest of us.
That's right. Another bear crypto winter maybe is upon us, but we'll survive. We're here. Where are you guys located? Don't dox your addresses, but what country are you guys in?
I'm Canada.
Same for
Same.
you.
So I think
Nice.
yeah. So
Uh,
the OG geese are from Canada. So
that's right. Yes, yes, yes. So which parts of Canada?
I'm from
Ontario for
Quebec.
me.
Oh, Ontario. Interesting. So
Okay.
we're neighbors. I'm from Quebec. Yeah. So the French part of Canada. Some people don't
Okay.
even know
So
there's French people here. So yeah, the French
so
part.
I told myself I wouldn't talk about it, but I can't help but talk about it. You guys watch Letterkenny?
Oh yeah.
How about you, Frozen
Love it.
Vine?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, do you watch Letterkenny?
I don't. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian show, right? Crypto meme, and their reference is there to Quebec. Um and when you said Quebec, I was like, oh yes, Quebec. um no, that's great. So what did you guys do for fun before DFK?
There's other things
Um,
besides CFK.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you go first, crypto meme?
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm taking care of puppies. I like animals. Do a lot of stuff outside, fishing, hunting, stuff like that. Um, I used to play other video games, but not anymore.
Yeah, life is consumed by or with DFK for sure. What about you, Frozen Mind? What did you used to do, or what do you do for fun outside of
Well,
DFK?
I'm a gamer in every way, so I used to go in Vegas a lot for fun back when traveling was a thing. I hope to get back to that soon, but right now it's video gaming. So um,
Okay,
mostly on Xbox, PC. I played COD. I'm mostly playing survival games right now. So yeah, mostly
so
gaming with my
so
brother.
so Vegas. So what was your game of choice in Vegas?
I love poker.
Okay.
But I'm not a competitive guy, so most of the time I end up on the blackjack tables just to get to talk with people and try to beat the house.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I just love the mindset of Vegas, and especially the temperature up here. It's kind of cold. There it's hot, but not like the heavy hot, like the
Oh
hot,
yeah, yeah.
the
A
light
dry
hot.
heat is what they call it,
Yeah,
right?
there you go. So yeah, so that's like my second home. Honestly, I just love to go there. So I have a lot more money after the pandemic. So I said, let's look at the crypto world and see, because I'm working in finance
You do.
in real
Okay.
life. So that's my day-to-day job. So yeah, and I discovered the game through the Indian on TikTok. I was like, well, take a look at that, and I jumped like the week after.
Yeah. What about you, Crypto Meme? How'd you hear about DFK?
You guys familiar with Pleasant Green?
I am not. No.
He's a YouTuber who pretty much just trolls scammers, and
Okay.
it's amazing. He's one of those guys like Kit Boga and all those. I
Mhm.
love those YouTubers; they're amazing. He dropped a little kind of, "Hey, join DFK. It's a game I play. It's awesome. Check it out." And I love everything that guy does. So basically, I was like, "All right, let me go in, check
Check
it
it out.
out." By the time I figured it out and everything, it was $22 for a jewel.
I hear ya.
I'm paying $500 for a hero or something like that. Summons are like $700, and it was still fun. And even though it was so expensive and the barrier of entry was just like impossible for someone who didn't have thousands of dollars to throw away.
Mhm.
And I did it anyways. I had a lot of crypto that I saved up, and it kind of just switched it over to that. And it would have tanked anyways, regardless of what I had it in, pretty much, unless I made the best plays
Crypto market,
possible.
right?
Yeah, so that's how I got into it, basically. And yeah, either way, I still love it.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I I'm a very glass half full kind of person. So when I initially got in, I got in at 18, and I said, "Wow, okay, well let me throw some money in here." And I told myself, I was like, "Wow, I would have loved to have been in, when those entry level prices. How cool would that have been? How great." And lo and behold, we're kind of here, right? Um, and I think of it as an opportunity, right? For me, and again, not financial advice, but um I've taken it as an opportunity to sort of maybe put some extra, $100 goes a long way when it trades at the prices it's currently trading at, right? Um, I see some Kirby feet comment here. We'll get into that here in a minute.
I
So
saw that too.
yeah, before we get there though, I mean, let's talk about Team Goose. Origin story. How did Team Goose come about?
You want to take this one, Frozen?
Well, I sure can, but I hope the story match with yours. I would say, to be fair, it's Crypto Meme's suggestion. So it was, I think back then there was like a meme contest on the Discord, early January. And I don't know how I end up talking, or we end up being Canadian and said, well, let's just form a team. Let's call it Team Goose. But that that was it. That was quite as simple as a name to add to our tags on the Discord. And I did create like a meme that was a goose with like sunglasses saying, "When you know DFK and you're from Canada." So that's mostly how it started, and it just got some traction. People joined, and crypto meme like is really like the brain around everything Team Goosey's now. So I'm just like enjoying the ride, and I just love what it became and what it is and what it will become in the
So you're
future.
yeah, you're confirming crypto memes the leader of the cult. I mean team. So what do you have to
Whoa.
say about that there, crypto meme?
So if everything goes to plan and everything's great, it was my idea. But if things fail, it was definitely Frozen who came up with it.
Sure, well,
We all
it's
need a
only
fall guy,
positive for
right?
me, so hope it goes for the best. I can assume that.
So I have to ask you. I know Team Goose, but why not Team Moose or Team Kodiak Bear, or why Team Goose? Why the geese? Why the goose?
It was just such a Canadian thing and so random, and it could have been anything. To be honest with you, it was just something that like we kind of settled on. I think it was a toss up between Team Canada and Team Goose. I'm kind of glad we went Team Goose because a lot of people joined who aren't from Canada. So
Yeah,
it's just random to them. So
Are you guys surprised as I am that Team Goose sort of took off the way it has, and
we got a
now
pet.
yeah,
It's amazing that we got our own pet in the game. I
great. I
find
mean, just I don't know whether it's true or not, but I can almost guarantee and bet in Frozen Mind, I'm sure you being a betting man would bet that Team Goose is the reason there is a pet goose. I don't know that a pet goose would have ever made the game otherwise, but I mean, how crazy is that, right?
it is. It is. And you see, when I saw at first, it was like some, I don't know if it was leaks dropped by anyone, but I saw like a card of the pet goose, and I was like, that would be crazy to be through. But I felt the animation was kind of real to be a real pet. But
Right.
I was not just able to believe it when I saw it on the marketplace. To be honest, I had goosebumps. I was like, wow,
No pun
that
intended.
is
Goosebumps.
nice.
real. I really felt like proud at that specific moment. And what a random animal to choose to be a pet in a crypto game. So I just like the ID. It might be from Team Goose, I guess.
Well, and as far as I'm concerned, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the Goose is the most, OG or OP character in the game. And, that's not confirmed, but I'm sure it's in there. I need someone who can look at code to verify that for me. But um, so yeah, so we were talking about Team Goose, how that was originally a Canada thing. Um, how did do you guys remember how things expanded beyond the two of you and beyond Canada?
I guess like people just started asking like, what do I have to do to join Team Goose? Thinking there's some long process or something, or you got to pay or something. But basically, it's just been, oh, add it to your name and you're in, kind of thing, right? And so we made a server, and that kind of made it a little more official. We got a logo made by Renpen, so that was kind of cool, and it just kind of materialized things and made it a little bit more real.
Yeah, no, I mean, boy, did it sort of, I know I jumped in. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm in San Diego. I join Team Goose? I remember Crypto mean, and like, oh yeah, why not? Sure. Why not? Join up. We're good. Um, so I have to ask you this question, and I have to sort of maybe put up a disclaimer. I'm going to show a picture on the screen. Some of you, maybe including our guests, might be disturbed by said picture. But when I show you this, I mean, how do you guys feel?
It's not jewel price, is it?
No, it's a dreaded Kirby feet pick.
I might be okay then.
To be fair, I think like the competition, or I don't know, the tension between Goose and Kirby Feet is, I've never been part of that. Every time I jump in, I'm like, why can't Kirby Feet and Goose love each other? I'm like non-aggression pack there. We need to stop that for the greater good of DFK. But I guess that's just running around. So I'm good with that. I think other Goose might not feel that comfortable with the Kirby Feet, but that's fine. It's just
what about you, Crypto? I mean, what's your take on Kirby feet?
I think though, it's kind of a troll. The whole purpose of it is to make you uncomfortable. That's why they do it. I think honestly, I kind of liked it at the beginning. It was kind of funny, but since I'm on Team Goose, I had to kind of take a stand. And as a joke, we go back and forth. Mostly NFA and I will joke, but then I'll go back to helping people, and then I'll make fun of the Kirby people again. And it's a running joke that I enjoy actually.
So in the interest of time, I want to talk about honk coin crypto meme. I know it's sort of, I said NFA, and that's very true. And I do have some honk coin, but what's that about and how that come about? It's sort of I know you came up to me one day. It's like, hey, there's a server. Do you want to join? And here's honk coin. What's that about?
So basically, what I wanted to do, it was almost like when I make a meme or a GIF, I just throw it out there, right? So I did the same thing with the coin. It wasn't all that serious to begin with. Um, when it got serious is when I was like, okay, hey, I made a coin. It's called Honk. How hilarious is that? It's on the blockchain. Hey, it's on my MetaMask. Hey, I made an LP in the pool. And then people are telling me, hey, I bought some. So now I'm thinking, oh crap, I got to actually do something with this and make it into something where it's useful, or it's gonna, it's not gonna just go away, right? I want it to grow with DFK, right? So that's kind of how it evolved. And to be honest, I'm lazy in the sense that I get the community to do a lot of the decision making, and that makes it easy for me. So I just have to listen. Hey, what do you guys want to see out of this? Okay, that sounds like a good idea. We pick apart the good ideas, and we're left with the great ideas, and we try to move forward from there, kind of thing.
To me, it's sort of to me, it's a DFK equivalent of like what's the coin? Doge, right? The Dogecoin equivalent. Sort of utilities being figured out. Um, but it's sort of a fun concept. No one's claiming it to be the new Bitcoin by any means, but it's sort of a way for us to get involved. And maybe something comes of it. That's kind of cool. And then I crypto meme. I have to show this as well. So tell us about Sentient Pumpkin.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Sentient Pumpkin.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's just like a fan site I started for DFK. I needed a place to put the gold mining calculator. Carlos in DFK Discord, he came up. He's like a math whiz, and he came up with the formula for the gold mining, and he did that really early on. And I found that amazing, but being as dumb as I am, I was like, I can't figure this formula every time. I got a hero and the strength and the endurance and mining profession and all that stuff. So I wanted to make a calculator, but I didn't want to just kind of hoard it to myself on a spreadsheet. So I wanted to put it online. So I stayed up a few nights and kind of figured it out, and was able to do it to the point where you can put in your hero ID. It'll spit out a number of how much gold. It's pretty accurate about what it'll give you. And, I started adding other little things to it as well. There's some hero stuff, like it just pulls basic API info. The FAQ actually just links to Stronghold's. Is it a Stronghold site? Yeah. So basically, he's doing a great job at the FAQ thing. He's on top of all the info and alpha and all the stuff that goes down. So I just linked to him there. International Bloater Day was, I think, the first day that there was bloater ball in
Yeah.
DFK Discord.
Yeah.
And that pretty much sums it up. There's a leaderboard for the people who donated to the site, and that's about it.
Yeah, no, so I've dropped that link on, in the chat for anyone who cares to go in, check out, what Cryptomean's been, doing in his spare time. Speaking of, what's keeping us busy these days, let's talk pets. Let's talk in real life pets, right? So, I want to show you guys a picture of my pet. Um, Misty here. She's a German Shepherd working dog. Not your typical line of work. She's here. She's here. I think meeting with Mr. Zipper's representative. And that's my dog. Let's talk about your Poochie. Frozen Mind. What can you tell us about yours?
Yeah, so it's Archer, which is the king slash boyfriend of Minnie, the Kirikura as the dog. So yeah, he's a 12 years old Chihuahua. As you can see on the left side, he's not very active. So that's Archer in the sun, which inspired my PFP, which was drawn by Ruin. So yeah, so it's mostly like an expensive and barking decoration at home. But mostly his biggest feature is to be Minnie's boyfriend. So
So I have to ask you, how does he fare in those Canadian winters? I can't imagine a Chihuahua in the cold. What's he like in the cold?
he never goes outside. In fact, only in the summer, if there's grass, no rain, minimum like 25 degrees Celsius. If not, he has a litter. If he's doing everything inside, so yeah, no, he's not a Canadian at all. He's like, yeah, he's an expensive and barking decoration. So yeah, but I love him, and he's part of the environment of the Discord through my PFP
I love
for
it.
months now.
Wait,
I
you
love it.
guys
I love
talking about me?
it. So yeah, no, let's talk about you for a sec. We hear him in the background, but what can you tell us about these little guys?
Oh, it's so many dogs in my place right now. I had two dogs, and then my dog summoned 12 dogs, 1 o'clock in the morning this morning. And I've been hearing the honks and the squeaks since, and taking care of them and dealing with that. And they're
Coffin
pit
Jewel
bull
for
and
that
husky
much
mix.
summoning.
Yeah, what was the jewel cost for the summon?
Well, it's great because I don't have to pay yet until I go to the vet.
There you go.
Some
There
of
you
them are
go. There you go.
shiny, so that's great.
So we'll move on to my next segment here. If you've not seen the show before, you spin me around. We'll go ahead and spin a wheel. We'll land on a random question, not DFK related, sort of off the cuff, and then we'll see what our guests sort of respond to that. How they respond to the question. So let's go ahead and pull that up.
Canada.
All right, let's spin that wheel. All right. If you could choose any two famous people to have dinner with, who would they be?
Oh man, Frozen, you first.
Um, I guess that would be Warren Buffett because I'm in the financial world, so it would be interesting. And his approach is very interesting about building wealth through very conservative approach in finance versus what I'm doing with DFK, which is like the opposite of what Warren Buffett would do. And I would say Einstein to see how it was to be able to discover new stuff in science when everything was to be discovered.
Nice. Well, those are great question, answers. Crypto meme. How do you respond to that? How do you follow that up? Who would you
Jeez,
meet?
he stole my Einstein, so I'd say Satoshi. so I can find out what's going
Oh,
on there real early. Are
that's
we time
good.
traveling here? Okay, and the other one, what would Elon Musk, so I can shill some DFK to him.
Ooh,
Mhm.
here's a rumor I'll spread. What if it's one and the same? Oof. I doubt it, but could you imagine? All right, so we'll go over to our next segment here. What did the fox say? Um, Now this is a segment where we'll talk about DFK news, specifically news that have that's come up in the last maybe couple of days, couple of weeks. There's a lot to potentially talk about here, but we'll go ahead and sort of I'll list some things, and maybe you guys pick a topic that's of interest to you, maybe something you want to say. Things I could think through that are recent, that are new. DFK Dual Alpha. We've got some price action. Pets, that's new. Stone Carver. The new marketplace art. The updated roadmap, and the new epoch on that liquidity pool.
Mhm.
Um, of those items, Frozen Mind, what sort of interest do you?
Well, you see, although I love a lot the game, and I'm a gamer, I'm
Mm-hmm.
also a guy from finance. So a lot of these, like, well, I think the price of jewel is something like there's a force above us that brings that. For me, I would say I'm not stressed. I've been doing real life investment for years now. I've seen some turbulence on standard markets. It's fair to say that the crypto turbulence are intense, but I knew what I was jumping in. So that's I just see it as an opportunity to get more euros on an investment perspective, as long as I can afford to maybe at some point lose everything, because that's part of crypto investment, right?
No, of
Um,
course.
but it's pretty calm for me. I just don't look at everything on dollar basis. Just keep looking at it on jewel basis, and I'm all set. So I'm good, and I love the investment part of the game, and I'm more than pleased to wait to have everything developed by the team to be on spot and good first time right. So I'm not in a hurry to see the PVE PvP development to come. I think the tools are to give something like something to chew on for the players that want to rush the PvP. So as it needs to meet that goal, but I'm not in a rush regarding that personally.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think about it too. I've always heard, invest in something you love, whether it's up, down, sideways, right? And I never thought I could find something like that. I think I've found that thing here for better or worse. Again, not financial advice, and maybe one day I regret the decision, right? But I think of what has transpired since sort of that peak. I think in January when things were trading at $22, and what's changed since then. I see a lot of positives. I see a lot of positives. I think for me, if the team, if the project can ride the downturn, they come back strong. They've developed, they've done a lot, and I know, um, you know, you hear some chatter. Some people may be a bit more impatient than others. For me, I like the project. I think it's great. I see the potential. Um, I'm impressed with what's being done, but I'm with you on that one. What about you, Crypto Meme? Recap some of those items: DFK Duel, price action, pet, stone carver, marketplace, art update, roadmap, the epic. What
Let's
sort of intrigues you? What?
let's talk about pets.
Yeah.
And I would like to put out a PSA for people to stop selling their pets below 30 joules.
Again, NFA, but why?
Well, it's all NFA. I'm probably the worst person to take advice from when it comes to stuff like that. But it seems like if you spend so much time trying to get an egg, and then you finally get it, and then you spend some money to hatch it, you're probably should get most of your investment back if you're going to sell it, at least not a fraction of it.
No, I mean absolutely. And I think I think about I was thinking about it the other day, and I think of pets. I think of the eggs, right? We have well over 200,000 heroes, and those you can summon at will, right? Whether the price is up or down, you can summon at any point in time. Eggs, however, are a more scarce commodity, right? Again, not NFA, non-financial advice, but I think of pets and how rare they are to even first attain an egg, and then to hatch a maybe a legendary, a rare, or a mythic pet. Um, you sort of I'm not a math guy, but you do the math, and it's sort of kind of if you get one of those mythics, um, I know the team doesn't want it to be this way, but to me sometimes I think, hey, those pets are rarer than those heroes, and it depends, right? Depends what kind of hero you're talking about. But I completely agree. What's your take on that, Frozen Mind?
To be fair, I'm having a hard time lately. Let's say in the last 3 weeks, maybe a month, understanding how the market in DFK reacts. I felt the hype for the pets would last longer than a day, at least to stay above that 50 jewel like floor. That is in fact what it was costing to in the first 3 4 hour to throw those pets on the market. Seeing the price of gold, seeing the price of tiers, I was like, I think the hype will last at least a week. So I'm not sure if such a low floor is a lack of hype, or at least that's how I see it. I felt like people might have thought that the utility would be there right from the start, and we all knew it would not be there. So we had something to collect, to keep, to hold until the utility will be there, which might not take long time in all that game development perspective. But I felt people are, I don't know. It's kind of hard to know exactly how the markets will react lately on
Yeah, are
the
you
FK releases.
how many pets do you have? Do
I
each
have
of you
five
guys
of
have?
them.
Yeah, five.
Four of
Nice.
them I did hatch them with the Gaia boon, so I did pay the high price to get them.
Yes.
I'm also a guy that loves the heart of DFK, so I love how the cards are shown. I love
Yeah.
how the shiny shine. Did not hatch a goose, so I had to buy at least one.
Yes.
But I was quite lucky. I did got a legendary and a rare out of my four uh,
Oh,
hatching.
wow.
So and the two last were the commons one. So if I had stopped at two, I had a legendary and a rare. But I whole lot of them like the market is. I just don't understand it right now because it dropped like crazily. So I'm like, no,
So,
let's hold that and see the utility coming in a few
so you got
next
a
weeks more.
legendary and you got a rare. What were they?
I think one of them is like a crying bird. I don't know what the exact name is, and the other one is a turtle. So
Nice. Which one's which? Which one's your legendary? The bird or the
the
turtle?
bird, like the small, it's like a baby toga. I think I would need
Okay.
to take a look at RNG tonight. So let's add a few more, which
Yeah.
weren't commons at the end. Everything came back in balance. But again, I'm pretty lucky. I know people hatched like 20 of them and got one legendary. So I'm
Sh-
not here to complain about the comments.
Shout out to Chips and Salsa there. What's up? Honk. That's right. Yes. Yes. Get some of that honk in that chat box. Crypto meme. Any pets that you've summoned?
I summoned two. One was a frog. That was the latest one. Oh, and I actually summoned an uncommon boar,
Okay.
number pet 85. So it's pretty quick on the click.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so and then I went degen and bought a whole bunch of them. Probably should have waited till now when they're super cheap, but hindsight. But I got a couple geese. I had to get a couple geese,
You
And
kind of have to get a couple geese, right? I mean, I got three myself, one of which will be giving away. So if you haven't, you know, put in your information or haven't clicked on that King Sumo link, feel free to do so now. But yeah, I mean, how can you not get a geese? I feel like, when I saw the geese, I was thinking, how do you not pick a couple up, pick at least one up, and give it away? I mean, if not a Candor Gander, then who else would be giving away geese?
if I did enter, so if I win, I'm going to pick a pet and we can re-roll it and give two away.
There we go. Nice, 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 nice.
Let
Yeah,
me
you know
match
what?
that. I
Every
did enter too.
Oh, but yeah, no, that's fine. Hey, yeah, I hope you guys win. I really do. Golden geese, man. I want one of those golden goose too. Let's not even get started.
No.
All right. We'll go ahead and go to our next segment, and this will be interesting. Let's go to Duck Goose. Okay, and then maybe you two will compete against each other to see who gets this one. For those of you who have not joined before, Duck Goose. So one truth, one DFK truth, and two DFK lies. It's up to you guys to identify which is which. Feel free to play at home. Bragging rights is the prize. We'll see if you guys can outwit Frozen Mind and Crypto Meme here. Um, all right, so there's three of them. Which one's the goose? Which one's true? Number one, according to Harmony Dashboard, there were 2,000 eggs cracked yesterday, May 26th. Is that true or false? I'll let you sit on that one.
That's false.
It's false. You say false. What about
I
you?
say false too.
Okay, all right. Well, next one. No, no. I'll reveal which one's true, which ones are false here at the end. In the last 6 days, the average number of new daily profiles was about 36. So daily new wallets that entered DFK was about 36 in the last 6 days, average daily.
That's a duck right there.
That's a duck. All right, what do you say, Frozen Mind?
Can I have the third choice?
The third choice. That's all right. We're not locking anything in. We can go back and change things. We'll
Thank you.
lock things here at the end. There is close to 100 million locked jewels currently. True or false?
I'd say that's the true one by process of elimination.
1 million
Yeah,
log juice.
100 million.
100 million. Hmm.
So
I
one of
should know.
those is true, two of those are false.
Yeah. 100. Oh, I don't know.
So we'll recap.
I'll go with
2,000 eggs.
crypto. I'll follow crypto.
Okay, so all right, that's fair. You guys won't, you guys will tie here.
All right, you
So
tell us before I Google it, though.
that's right. Okay, so how many eggs were summoned yesterday? It wasn't 2,000 eggs. It was 8,361 eggs. That one was false. In the last 6 days, the average number of new daily profiles was 35.8. So that one was the goose. And then our second duck, there is close to 100 million locked jewels. So according to Harmony Dashboard, there's actually, see if I can read this number, 286,366,005 locked jewels.
Wow. I
Wow.
should have known that.
So,
That's
so,
much more
so
than
of
I thought.
those three items, which one of those surprises you the most?
Definitely the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Why?
Well, there's not
Frozen?
much left to distribute, I guess, out of if I remember correctly, 400 billion joules to
Yeah.
be created ever. I guess that's probably why people are getting scared of the unlock that will start later this summer. And still, I think I felt it was not that bad, thinking there were less of these locked jewels. Yeah, so I think that's why I'm a bit
Uh, how about you, Crypto
surprised.
Meme? What you said that surprised you as well? Is it something similar, something different?
I was hoping that whole exploit thing, I was trying to find the silver lining and assume that holy shit, a bunch of them were unlocked already. So that's like something we don't have to deal with in the future. Um, so whatever was unlocked early or prematurely was essentially not unlocked when the rest of it's going to be unlocked. So it kind of saved us a bit of impact in the future, I would think. Um, but yeah, the number surprised me. Just A, because I didn't know, and B, because I thought it would have been a lot less than that.
Yeah, so we'll get a clarification. So Camus is saying 500 million is the total. Um, Now again, this is according to Harmony dashboard. I mean, we'll see. It sounds like the team's having, regular conversations on tokenomics. We'll see what comes of it. It sounds like they're coming up with a plan. My understanding is that it's going to be dispersed, sort of not all at once, through, I think it's a year. Don't quote me on that, but something to think about. A lot of moving pieces. Um, for me, I think I'd be more concerned if Jewel was trading at $22, $50, $100, and I think people would be more sort of willing to sort of dump their jewels that once they became unlocked. At the current price, I don't see that concern necessarily. I could be wrong. I don't know, but you know, my thoughts there. So that's interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, next segment here. Are you faster than our guest? So similar makeup. You guys can play at home. I'm gonna put Frozen Mind and Crypto Meme up against each other. We're gonna go through 3 questions, and you guys are gonna try and answer them to the best of your ability. So we'll go through one at a time, and I'll score you guys after each question. We can go and sort of answer those in sequential order here. So, uh, true or false? According to Huber, lesser attunement crystals are harder to get in Training Quest than pages of the Eternal Story. Is that true or false?
True.
What
True.
you say? True. You guys both say true. Okay. Well, according to Hubert, yes, that is true. A lesser attunement crystals, you have a 0.5 chance of getting one of those. You have a 0.75 chance of claiming or attaining an eternal story. So we're
I
tied.
remember being shocked.
We are tied. So we're 1 for 1. Let's see if we break a tie here with this next question. How many Shavas runes does it cost to go from level 5 to level 6?
I want to say 4. 3.
4.
3. Locking in your answer.
3. I'm locking in 3.
3. Frozen Mind. 3.
I'm looking for. I'm not. I don't. I'm not sure.
Oh, wow. Okay, if we have a lesson on sticking to your initial response here, the actual answer is 3. 3 is right. So good guesses there. For those of you playing along, I see some 3s in that chat box. Congrats. So, all right. So it's 1-2. All right, Frozen Mind, can you tie it up? What is the name of the lesser stone that gives you a +4 to agility?
Finesse.
Well, how about you,
Ooh,
Crypto Meme?
I yeah, if I said finesse, it's just because he said it. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, now, so you're playing smart. I see what you're doing. So you guys are locking in finesse.
$1, Bob.
All right. Actual answer is swiftness.
Swiftness.
Swiftness stone
What
gives
is
you +4
finesse?
to agility.
Which one is?
Finesse? Oh boy, that's a great question.
I think maybe it's dexterity.
I think so. Can
I just
someone
love it because
confirm?
that's a French word. So I'm like, oh, I
Is
love
it?
finesse.
Yeah,
That's
can
that's
someone confirm in that chat box? I think so.
Yeah, I only know the might one, and
The
that's
endurance.
the only one I pretty much use for the miners.
Yeah. Yeah, same
Let me
here.
check in the Albus job box. Likely there's that there.
Dexterity, yeah. So someone's saying
Dex.
dexterity in
Yeah.
the chat box. So there we go. No, that's great. So if you were playing at home, you get some bragging rights. So did you get 3? Were you 3 for 3 or not? Crypto meme, you have one over on Frozen Mind. Maybe we come back and do this over again, and maybe the script flips here. Yes, no. So I can never keep them straight either. But yeah, no. So finesse, swiftness, or dex and agility in that order. So finesse, dex, swiftness, agility. I can never keep them straight. I always have to reference them. And you're right. Crypto meme. It's the same ones I have in mind. You know, endurance and the might stone for strength. So fortitude for endurance. So uh, with that said, we'll go ahead and draw. I think our raffle here. See who won. But while I do that, while I pull that up, um, crypto meme, frozen mind. Any closing remarks? I mean, what we can start with crypto meme.
No, I
What
was
would you
just gonna
say to
say,
someone?
do you have the sorry before cut you off
Yeah,
there, but do you have the ability to re-roll if it is me?
I think I do. I think I
Okay,
do. And if
cool.
yeah, so um, and then disclaimer. So well, you know, I think the way it works is I'll get an email. I'll reach out via email. And 48 hours from now, you know, if I don't hear from the person, we'll go ahead and re-roll. Um, and I know their email addresses, so I'm not gonna fully dox whoever that person is. I'll give sort of initials here and sort of the at Gmail or what have you. But thoughts there, crypto meme. What would you tell someone who's new, or even someone who isn't new, someone who's in the game? Any words of encouragement, maybe?
Encouragement. Well, I mean, let me go with advice, and that's the same as a casino. And I'm sure Frozen Mind will tell you: don't go into crypto with anything you're not willing to burn right there on the spot.
Right.
Um, that's been my saving grace mentally so many times. The price going down, buying in at 22 and seeing it go down to 50 cents. It's money that I was willing to just gamble away anyways. So even if I lose it all, it's not a big deal. I didn't max out any credit cards. I didn't take out any mortgages or sell any vehicles or anything like that. So just, play within your limit. That's all.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree with that anymore. What about you, Frozen Mind? Any thoughts for our viewers?
Well, I think for someone that is interested in the game, that's the probably the best moment in the last year to really feel it for a decent price. So I guess if you can spare, and only if you can spare it, $50, you can get an interesting area to actually play the game while there's stuff to play with, which was not the case back when it was 50 cent before. I personally bought my first hero for $1,000. I still have it. It was sent to Perilous Journey and it survived. So, um, and I think just try it. And I think there's much more around DFK than just DFK. Also, there's the community. So feel free to drop by the Discord. There's a lot of good people there. A lot of people to help you understand everything around it. Uh, and yeah, I think all of it is worth $50 to be honest. Like just to spend that much time with such a high number of missing people.
No, for sure, absolutely. No, and thanks for making that comment. Someone's here pre-gaming before the Chaos Cast. After this, please make sure to join that. That should be fun too. I'm all for anything DFK. I think the more content there is out there, the better for the community. So I rolled, and yes, I can re-roll. Now I don't know who the person is because we all go under different pseudonyms, but the King Sumo winner for this time around. So it's an at Gmail address. If you're an at Gmail address holder, you already have a leg up. First two letters TY of the email address. Last two letters RD. I'll be reaching out via email. Feel free to once we connect, I'll ask for your address, send you that goose. It's a beautiful goose. Please give it a good home. Um, there it is. It's it's a spectacular goose. I think all good geese deserve good homes. And who knows, maybe we might be able to do more of these. Um, there's a wait. There's a wait for Bardo games. But yeah, so again, we'll repeat. So the winner, the Gmail address, TY, um, first two letters, and last two letters, RD. So congratulations. And again, thank you guys very much for joining me. It was a pleasure meeting the two of you, Frozen Mind, Crypto Meme. Again, I was telling these guys the reason I decided to do something was to get to meet the community, not just the community, get to meet you guys. I'm a firm believer in just, I love networking, and as much as I would love to go to Austin or Miami or Barcelona, I think the reality of things, at least for me, until I become a crypto millionaire, is that I'm meeting most of you in this format. So, with that said, if you would love to come on the show and chat it up, feel free to reach out. I'd love to have you as a guest. If you want to hear from someone, I'm happy to reach out and see what we can sort of coordinate there. There is a standing open invitation to any Kirby Legion sort of members to join the podcast. I'd love to hear from you. So with that said, enjoy the next few minutes. I'll see you guys on Chaos Cast. Have a nice one, y'all.
Honk.
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 Yes, we have to end with a honk and a bullish, and maybe we can come up with a new
Honkish.
word. Honkish.
Okay.
Chips
Yes.
and salsa. Propose
I like it.
honkish. That's great.
I
I
like
love
it.
it. Yes, yes, exactly. Honkish. All right, crew. We'll see you at the next one.
It was a pleasure.